Welcome everybody, it's Tractorchute here, and it's Wednesday hump day. Figured I'd bring ourselves a little bit of a game from a man we recognized before, and it's been a long time since I've seen a game like this. It is a daily bronzing. Haven't seen two bronze players go at it for a very long time, so I figured this was the day for it. I do know McMerlin actually plays silver most of the time, but when it was loading up, he's bronze in this one. So McMerlin will be playing as the Red Terran. He plays for Team AuCl. Apparently, you have seen him before. He loves his Ravens. I know that much. Whether or not we'll see him in this game, I'm not entirely sure, but he's playing as the Red Terran. In the upper right-hand corner, it is his enemy. It is the aliens. It is the Zergs. Blue Zerg will be played by Brett. What a creative young son of a gun that guy is. So Brett will be playing as the Blue Zerg here. And both these guys you can see are already spitting himself out a nice early scouting. We'll take a look at the APM tab at the same time here. As you can see, our good man Brett, he's a little bit speedier on that mouse and keyboard than what our good man of McMerlin is. But McMerlin's going to get himself set up with a standard wall off here. You can see he's got it rallied. He even re-rallies, it looks like, his command center to make sure he gets the right mineral patches in order. I would have to assume since he is hitting the very end one right now. And over here he is going to get that scout slowly going across with the Overlord. In the meantime, McMerlin doing a little bit of a blocking job here. He's going to build half an engineering bay, just leave it sitting there to block his opponent from running a hatch first, which is fairly standard. I don't know why you would ever do this in bronze, as 9 times out of 10 they're probably going to not do hatch first. It might do something even more stupid, like what the hell is he doing? He's sending out 2 drones apparently here. So, I don't know, was he looking to double expand early, or no, he must have been looking to take, okay, he figured he'd send 2 drones down to do the job, as it's not enough for 1 man to take an SCV out, you need 2. So these 2 drones are going to chase that SCV around. He's just going to go mine some minerals, and yeah, he just kind of mines with them there, and he's still continuing to follow him out of here. Not the most intelligent son of a gun is Brett, but either way, he's going to chase him out of that base with those 2 drones. In the meantime, there you can see he is chasing over this SCV. SCV has finished the job. McMerlin could lose an SCV. It's going to be close. He turns on him with double. That was enough. It's going to send him out of there. He actually could have probably took out that SCV if he chose to do so, but he's choosing to retreat here. In the meantime, McMerlin with a nice early base. Wowzer, as a Terran player sitting at the 3-minute mark, a fairly early command center for him. But dogs are about to hit the map as we can see here. Let's pull it up the proto tab here. We will see some dogs spitting out very, very quickly. And they could be a bit of a mess here as it is fairly early. And he has a bit of a hole in that wall. But it looks like he is about to correct that as that SCV is sitting right there. Probably going to build himself a supply depot. We'll soon find out here. Meanwhile, over here he's going 1 gas. There's 2 gas. Double gas starting off here. Opponent in the meantime there, he's still piddling around with drones apparently here. His SCV is chasing a drone. Still has a 3/4 of the way finished engineering bay. That's definitely going to prevent the expansion. I'm not entirely sure what he is doing. Finally, dogs are starting to build here. As our good man of Brett here, we're sitting at 4 minutes. Doesn't have a hatch first. Has a spawning pool. And not 1 dog on the map here. So Brett not entirely sure. Maybe a little bit slow in the game here, or maybe paying way too much attention to his drones chasing SCVs all over the map here. But he is now going to spit those dogs out here. They're going to do the damage. They're going to take out that engineering bay. Very, very well done there. And we will also take a quick boo down here to see the Overlord, I guess, has decided, you know what, I've seen enough. I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so not really good a position is Overlord. Does have one over here, which I guess is a half decent position, but he's going to retreat the other one. Usually, I like to see them stick around here so you can kind of maybe fly it in quickly just to see what your opponent is doing and get some sort of scouting information. But either way, I do believe that he has seen that there is a command center down there. Has he seen that? Yes, he has. So he does know that his good man of McMerlin has gone early command center. And we have finally taken out the engineering bay. It is time to build that hatchery at the 5-minute mark here. So we are sitting at 5 minutes. We do have 12 dogs and the expansion out here. McMerlin, in the meantime, he's got the 1 marine out, but he has an expansion, which is getting a planetary nicely done. In Bronze League, planetaries are like, they're like the end-all of end-all. They will do so much damage in Bronze League, and we're about to find that out here. Dogs are moving in. They can see it. They're like, you know what? We can probably take this downtime, guys. And the Malamute Huskies are going to go out of here. They're going to sit there for probably about another 2.5 seconds. And there we go. Loses 3 of them on the way out of there. Finally feels, you know what, he probably needs about, I don't even know how many dogs it would take to take down a planetary. I would assume probably at least 100. Because they do usually melt through them unless they're fully upgraded. Probably about 100 of them, yeah. That's probably a pretty accurate number here. So Planetary will at least keep this guarded for a while, and he's going to move his wall down further on down here, and a bunker right in behind it. Very good job of McMerlin. In the meantime, we'll go down the other end. We are still spitting out dogs, and we do have our metabolic boost for him, so very well done there. his first hatchery, second hatchery altogether, I guess, is starting to finish up. In the meantime, there we are starting on the upgrades. Oh wow, we are getting interesting. We are getting one more range to our auto turrets and the planetary fortress. Fairly good move, I guess. That'll definitely help. And we have actually got into a baneling type build. So banelings and dogs, not bad. Brett has actually picked up his play. I thought he was going to be fairly low bronze at the beginning, but he's not too shabby now. He's definitely moved himself into a very comfortable type build, and isn't looking all that bad, to be honest with you here. If anything there, and he could roll past that planetary. He's a little too late now. If he had it done a little bit earlier, might have had a chance to sneak in, through here or something with those banelings and bust into the main. But it's a little too late now, as the planetary is up, and he does have this pretty much walled off. So very good job by McMerlin here. So we'll have to wait and find out how that's going to work for him. So this is looking very good. Both these guys should be pretty even. Looks like we're going to do a fairly macro-heavy game just based on the fact that McMerlin's walling up. He's going into a macro-type game. Opponent isn't really guarded off very well, but he has a lot of units on the map. So we're probably going to get fairly deep into this. I would have to imagine at least 10, 15, 20 minutes somewhere in there. But we'll soon find out. We're almost at the 10-minute mark already here. There's supply depot. We are doubling up that wall. Very well done there. But the dogs are sneaking through the rocks, trying to find themselves a little different way in there. Either way, you're still going to have to go past that big son of a gun planetary. So even go through those rocks, I don't know if that's going to be all that beneficial to you. But hey, to each their own. Maybe if you had your overlord down here, you could maybe sit him right about here and you'd be able to see that. But either way, he has got his third out. Very well done by Brett. Looking not too shabby. Love to see it. Spend that money, son. Very well done. Both these guys looking fairly even. We'll take a look at the good old production tab here as we send. We are getting armor on the buildings. That is what that is, correct? Yes, it is. Armor goes up by 2 on the buildings. 2 upgrades early that we usually don't see in a game. But to each their own. McMerlin, he apparently wants to go macro heavy in this one here. So we will continue to build these off supply depots. Turrets all over the place here as well. He's got the outside of his bases covered off very well. Is getting himself into the starport there. Double starport. So we can expect more than likely to see some ravens, as we do know McMerlin is known for his ravens. Meanwhile, down at the other end here, have we elected to go layer technology? Yes, we have layer technology, but no actual tech coming out of... Oh, maybe... What are we getting over here now? Is that the energy for the ravens? Yes, it is. There you go. 25 to the energy of the ravens as well. Getting all sorts of upgrades, which are not usually seen in many Terran games. So we're keeping it interesting. Finally, we've got the speed on our overlord, so he has decided to send one down here. Get himself a little bit of vision. These rocks almost going down here. It's taking about, what is that, like a 6-minute job before dogs? But either way, he's finally going to get through these rocks here, which will allow him to get into absolutely nowhere. But either way, at least he's knocked the rocks down. Gives him 2 points of entry into the expansion of McMerlin. In the meantime, McMerlin probably stacking up with the Stargates. Just 2 so far here. It does have a standing SCV who's going to build himself a third. There's a fourth. Wowzer. Almost like we could predict what McMerlin's going to do. Loves them Ravens. We're about to see them come out very quickly here, I would have to imagine. In the meantime, the opponent has elected to go anything different here. He does have some spore crawlers coming out. Yes, it is an infestation pit. Roach Warren range is coming up for upgrades. Very well done there. Yeah, not looking too shabby. There's a few more transferring drones back to the main base there. Meanwhile, take a look at the third here. He's got a few mining off of that, so not looking overly shabby. And now we have a Viking on the map here. So Viking's going to go do a little bit of control to probably take care of most of these. Good take care of an overseer quite possibly. Gets the cancel. Tries to run away. Don't know if that's going to be enough there. Vikings are way faster than your overlord, and it does look like he's going to go down. One more shot should do the job. Very well done there. Not looking too shabby. I will let you know I'm actually in class right now. It's an online class, so I'm just kind of staring over here, make sure they don't need anything. They put us into a group project last hour of the day, so I figured, why not cast the game here and let you guys stare at blank space while I look at the other screen? So we'll take a quick boo over here. He does have the double evils down there, finally getting the upgrade for the Roach Warrens as well here. Wowzer, he's really going nuts here. 2 Roach Warrens. Got the double Roach Warren going. Why isn't this one doing the tunneling claws? That's the only use for 2 of them. Hey, we are going to get into some Swarm House. Fairly interesting type build here. I like to see this. Viking's still flying around trying to figure out what he can do there. And if we take a look over here, it does look like we are trying to get a changeling in there. Is that changeling going to be able to get in there in time? We'll soon find out. It's going to turn into a little tiny marina, I would have to imagine, as it is slowly evolving. And over here we do have the Vikings still continuing to stare at everything, make sure he's keeping good map control. Very good creep spread out of our opponent Brett here for Bronze League. That is overly impressive. Not looking too shabby. Double queen doing the creep spread with the overseer as well. There's a third queen in there. Now we have some swarm holes hitting the map here. He's not looking too shabby there. There, you did finally get this upgrade here, which was the movement speed of the banelings. Not looking all that bad with his upgrades either. Brett's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this. This fight can still continue to patrol here, see what he can get at. Not too sure where that changing ended up going there. I think he actually killed the changing more than likely, which would be very, very good eyes out of our good man of McMerlin. And he's finally accumulating quite a few Vikings here. Has 5 Vikings on the map altogether, so could start doing a little bit of harassment at some point. It does look over here. He's almost got this one nicely saturated. Not going heavily on the gas. You can see he's got 2 empty gas piles there. He's got both gas going there and in the main. So not looking overly bad. 4 gases going. With swarm hosts, usually pretty heavy on the gas somewhat. So you might want to start getting the gas going a little bit heavier than what he has. Spore cars and spine cars going down on that third. Very good option there. And we are still continuing. We are not going to start sending out the locusts. He's going to start to reveal that he has gone with the swarm hosts here. And it looks like our Viking's going to try and sneak another kill. He really doesn't have any anti-air outside of the queens here. So might actually get himself another kill here. And of course the spore cars. There's a queen trying to get up there. So that will definitely fend off that Viking quite easily. Another queen on the lower ground as well. So it does a fairly good job. There's that spore car who looks like it took a little licking out of that Viking as well here. So here we go. Let's actually see how far they get here. They should have their upgrades, I do believe. Yes, he does. So he already got the upgrade for the extended time on these things here, and they can actually make it a fair distance, almost all the way across the map here. Not quite far enough. Nope, they all die before they get anywhere useful. But either way, he'll just continue that over here. He is continuing to get that creep spread moving further and further across that map. Not too shabby. There we go. And we will take a look up here. It does look like he's got the 1 spore car. Nothing really in the mineral line protecting it at all, so he could really, lots of room to get him back here and do some damage. But it does look like some dogs have decided that they would try and... Yep. Dogs and planetaries, I've mentioned many times, do not get along together. But apparently he thought they did, so he decided to send some dogs up there. I'm not entirely sure if those were dogs or locusts that went up there. I would like to think they're locusts because it's really a waste of an army to send any sort of dog up there. Where the heck did he put his entire army here? Where's my unit tab? Does he have any dogs? No, that would be why, because all those dogs thought they'd go up and attack that planetary. Well, there you go. Not the brightest of moves. Now Locusts are going to try and get in there. They might actually be able to take out a couple things here. Well, at the very least, be able to take out this turret with the second little push there. It does look like he is expanding as well. So McMerlin here sitting on 3 base. Opponent's going to be sitting on 4 base. So both these guys fairly even to where they should be. Usually Zerg's going to want to be up 1 anyways. And there we go. Finally time to send these Vikings out. And that is a lot of Vikings that McMerlin has. What do we have there? 8 and 1 is 9. We're going to start moving across here. He's going to drop these right on top of the swarm host. This won't be very good for them. Not a lot of anti-air, but there's the queens. He needs to start dropping down some seekers. And it looks like that is his option here. Seekers are going to get in there just in time. Triple seeker. Oh, no kills out of it, though. That didn't do him a whole lot of good. More seekers ready to go down here. And boom, 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 boom. Couple queens go down. Not too shabby there. So did a little bit of damage. Really didn't take it on any main units by no means. I think he ended up with maybe 1 to 2 queen kills altogether here. And now these locusts are really starting to get far up here. He needs to get them a little bit further ahead. Might actually take out an assimilator. Maybe if he actually controls them, they might do more. Instead, he's sending them right at the planetary. Don't know if that's going to work out overly well. Needs quite a bit more than probably do the damage. But either way, turrets have dropped down in the expansion here. And they're going to start doing quite a bit of damage here. Taking out a queen, or at least working on a queen here. Working on the mineral line. They've taken out everybody that was mining gas. Not looking too shabby. I think that was a couple overseers or something that just came flying in there. And over here, locusts are continuing to try to get at the planetary. Finally decide they'll take out the assimilator. That's what I would honestly take out, is the assimilator. Because at least you can kill that off and at least get rid of a little bit of the gas that's happening here. And there we go. No, he's going to choose to continue moving in. Try and kill the mineral line here. Not working out overly well for him. In the meantime, these turrets are really getting annoying. Roaches have finally hit the field here. And he does like to get some more of those swarmos spawned and get them out of there, son, before you lose them to the turrets. That would be an expensive loss. And there we go. Takes out that last turret. So very well done. He needs to just continue. He needs to push this ahead. Probably, you know, right up to here or something. Will at least give him enough push to put some pressure onto that planetary. And he is apparently putting himself and go back here and take out turrets that no longer exist. By the way, he's got 15 of those suckers on the map. So he's got 15 swarmos and 17 roaches. His army is actually looking very, very good right now. He's looking very skookum. Just trying to see one thing here. No, that is not it either. Wow. Unbelievable, actually. We're actually going to stay to straight ravens. I was just trying to see if he had any plans of plans to build anything else, but it looks like a pure ravens, just the couple marines to start the game off here. So he's going to go to work on the, is this the 4th or the 5th? Is 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th base of good old Brett. But in the meantime, the locusts are getting right in there. He's building a crap ton of supply depots to try and block everything off here. It looks like we're going to start getting some turret drops down here or something like that. There he's going to fly overhead. Oh, he's going to go right for the swarm host. Very good move. Brett better be paying attention here because this could be a lot of trouble. He's got a couple spore cores though. He puts down a couple point defense drones. That could help out a bit. Needs to get these launched off before he ends up losing all these. And there goes the launch. It's, oh, he got a few kills. About 4 of them went down there. So very well done with the Raven control. But look at the push we're happening here. Locusts are in. Roaches are in. Don't know if it's going to be enough against double planetary though. Double planetary is very deadly on this, especially if he gets the repair guys out there. Needs some more repair in the second one over here. But these guys are just destroying the roaches big time. This is not going good for him here. They are forced to retreat. Really didn't accomplish anything other than wasting a little bit of McMerlin's money to get him back to retreat and try and repair that here. And there we go, a few more swarm hosts down. Drops down a couple turrets. They're not going to do a whole heck of a lot. Here, double planetary again. Apparently that is the move in Bronze League. Double planetary here too. Wowzer! Has himself on 5 bases. Has himself with about 10 or 11 command centers, so not too shabby. In the meantime, he's trying to get a push in this base. It's just too hard against double planetary. Swarm host is not your best bet. Even going into it is hard to play against planetaries and ravens if you think about it. Even if you got into what's the word I'm looking for? Got into mutas. You know, that's a tough call. Secret missiles destroy mutas, and we are actually going to fly. Is there an island he's flying to, or no? He's just apparently picking up some SCVs. He's going to fly himself out there, get another expansion off here. At the very least, maybe get yourself into definitely Ultra. This is very handy against the against anything really. It's going to definitely take out the planetaries quite a bit easier, take a lot more brunt to the damage, and will eat secret missiles like you wouldn't believe. Maybe go into that, and Broodlord would probably be your best. Very expensive build, but it's already going to get to late game here. We're already at the 22-minute mark there, and both these guys have accumulated about half the map, so we're definitely going to be looking at late game. So maybe that will be what he eventually gets into, because that would definitely be a good counter. You get some good old Broodlords in there and some altars, and you start doing some big time damage on those planetaries, start eating through their bases fairly quick. It does look like good man McMerlin is going to squeak his way in here, try and see what kind of damage he can do here. He's getting right down into the natural here, and if he moves himself into the main, starts dropping these down as well, you could start taking out some production buildings and at least prevent him from building too much here. That's a lot of turrets that he got down there. Wowzer, that is big trouble. That is 12 turrets altogether, at least 13, 14 turrets. Wow! McMerlin doing the big drop here. In the meantime, he hasn't really done anything over here as far as Brett goes. He's just pushing his locusts up, and they're not doing anything. They're sitting on top of the hill, and he is forced to bring them all the way back just to kill turrets off here. That kind of sucks. Taking out the mineral line. Let's kind of see what the worker count is at. 31 to 19. Wowzer, lots of workers have been sacrificed in this game here. That's a lot more swarm hosts. 20 swarm hosts on the map here now. Looking pretty good. All these locusts are going to get over. They're going to try and kill what they can here. He did manage to take out this hatchery. He puts down a few more just to make sure nothing else gets built there. We'll force the retreat out of these overlords there. One overlord might actually go down very, very close. Doesn't quite kill him, but does get him off there. There's a lot of turrets. They're basically trying to fend everything off here to at least stop the locusts from getting in there. More locusts are coming in here. He's trying to give him in a second route, and there's some more out here. He's got lots of locusts everywhere on the map here. McMerlin here continuing to drop turrets everywhere he can. In the meantime there, he has got a nice expansion over here. This expansion is ready to land. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that is 5, and that will be a 6th base. Opponent in the meantime has himself sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 is 5, so not looking too shabby himself. And if we take a look up here, that is a lot of queen action he's got. Looks like he's doing a lot of infuse as well. He's trying to keep everybody nice and healthy here, and he will continue to take all these out here. Locusts don't know what to do. They're just kind of running in the ass end of the queen here. We'll finally take out each and every one of those turrets here, because that is a lot of minerals that he left sitting there, and has a lot of gas too, so might want to look to re-expand there. Locust is going to try one more time here, going into the double planetaries here, see what kind of damage they can do, which will be next to none as expected. But either way, they're getting an odd shot off here and there. There's the expansion landing for McMerlin. Hasn't elected to unload any of those SCVs as of yet, but we'll have the option to do so. And here comes another command center, probably going to turn into a planetary, and will be set as a wall off for another expansion for him to give him number 7. In the meantime there, we're just continuing to lose locusts left, right, and center. Really needs to maybe bring some sort of help for those locusts, or at least get them closer so they can at least push themselves further and have more of a timeline once they do get up there. But he's got them pretty much planted. You know, they're all over the map, really. Got quite a few balls of them here, not really bundled up, which is a fairly good move, especially with the secret missiles as an option on the map for McMerlin. And he has finally pushed himself somewhere else here. He's going to try and get in this base here, but they just don't have the lifespan to do so. Needs to push him further ahead, really does, because that's really not helping doing what he is right there. If you take a look here, McMerlin, he's just kind of piled up here, just kind of relaxed, saving up his money here, because realistically, he's not getting hurt at all. But either way, we have built ourselves a Hellbat army, so wowzer, and this is one deadly looking army. They don't have any upgrades, but they look damn deadly and need to get past those locusts. That's exactly what they're doing. So they have been scouted. He's going to move in here first, see what kind of damage he can do to this base here, which will be a lot of damage if he stops him here and gives them one little shot. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Here's the blue flame coming out here. There's a lot of roaches trying to fend this off, though, but they're going to try and do as much damage as they can. Trying to take out all these spine crawlers. Didn't actually do as much as I thought they were going to do. Like I say, with 0 upgrades, makes it pretty tough, especially when everybody else has 2-2. Wilder, yeah, didn't do a lot. Took out a little bit of that mineral line. Outside of that, didn't do much. These locusts coming around here, they're shooting 14 Wilder. Not too bad of damage with the double upgrades. Over here, he has got another expansion for Brett, so not looking too shabby. Here's the 7th expansion, about to land for McMerlin. In the meantime, there we got a couple SCVs just kind of stranded over here. This isn't really fully saturated, so lots more resources over here for McMerlin to accumulate. In the meantime, there the opponent, is he going to finally tech out of this, or is he really? He is just gung-ho for this swarm host / roach build, and it is actually might be able to make a good push. If he gets, you know, all 20 of them in a group and gets a good launch off and they have enough lifespan, he could actually do a ton of damage, and this might be the spot for him here. And there we go, Queens and Roaches taking the brunt of the damage. One little hatch and gets them all caught on the move command. That was a big waste of money that went into all those Hellbats there. So they all end up going down, and we are about to get a launch off here. Queens have unburrowed. They're ready to start spreading the creep here. And here we go. This is going to be, if he gets them all going to the right place here. There we go. That's exactly where they want to go. So they're going to try and push ahead here. Might want to get a little bit further ahead, as I don't think their life is going to be too much when they do get there. At least their timeline is. Well, it's just under half when they do get there. So yeah, that's actually not a bad location at all. Can probably survive just by sitting there. Might be able. This might actually be the push. McMerlin could be in a lot of trouble now, because these guys are actually going to get a lot of shots off here. Needs to either get something repaired here, or otherwise a couple more hatches. He's going to lose one of these planetaries. Once the one planetary goes down, he's going to be in very big trouble, because that second planetary is going to go down very quickly here. And it's just a continuous swarm coming in here. They're repairing a little bit faster than what the damage is being done at certain points in time there. It goes down and up, but goes up more than it does down here. So he will continue to make this push here. Needs to get something else. Needs to take out some of the SCVs. Will probably be his best move here, and start weaning off the amount of workers that McMerlin has repairing all these here. And as you can see, it is pretty much back to full health here. There's the Ravens coming over here. They'll do a little bit of turret damage here. It's actually going to be point defense drone. They're even a better option there. So they'll do their job here. Planetaries will take out most of these, but of course they are definitely replenishable at a very rapid pace. So he will definitely need to have a better fix other than those few point defense drones he has out there and the million guys repairing. But he's going to continue to make this push here. I don't know if he wants to start building some more of them, or maybe he wants to push some roaches in at the same time. Probably would be his better move here. As if he puts the roach in at the right time here with enough of those enough of those locusts in there, then he'll definitely be able to do quite a bit of damage. Might be able to, at least if he can at least get rid of one of these, he'll take out the other one very quickly. But more or less, he needs to push himself towards the main base here. Look at these idle workers. So really, McMerlin not at a loss for workers by no means. That is a lot of idle workers here. Point defense drones continue to do what they can here. McMerlin didn't really want to waste too much, as his money is actually going down. Doesn't really have a ton to sit here and repair these all day. So this is actually could be a very good push for him, as McMerlin forced to waste a ton of money on this, but either way has forced a lot of workers over here as well. So that will definitely do quite a bit for him as well here. So looking pretty good. And if we take a look here, we will see that he has pretty much oversaturated this, and he has got everybody repairing this. Now the money's going up very rapidly for McMerlin, so not looking too bad. But at the same time, I don't know if it's distracting well, because McMerlin not really putting any pressure on. But it looks like it is finally times. We do see some red moving across the map here, but that is a lot of oh, we've gone to battle cruisers. Oh, this is not good. McMerlin being sneaky. All the distraction was on the locust. Now McMerlin, you have my attention. He has apparently been sneaking on right in the battle cruisers, and this could actually be disaster for his opponent here, as these things are basically, with a couple point defense drones, those sport cars don't do anything. He has decided to send the Queens over here. I will tell you right now, Queens are not the best attack against battle cruisers by no means here. Roaches are down there as well. They really don't do anything. They just can kind of sit around and get attacked by the good old Seeker missile. So he loses both of them here, and he will start going to work on all these spine crawlers, basically breaking down the middle of the map. In the meantime there, has he lost anything over here? No, he's continued to get that defended. So it looks like he has now got the pressure to his opponent. Opponent needs to figure something out to defend all this here, because these battle cruisers have basically countered anything the opponent was trying to do, whether he had an upgrade lead or not. Oh, and look at that. We are 1-2 for the upgrades now for McMerlin. So McMerlin with the upgrades now, he is looking pretty skookum. Opponent and McMerlin both have a lot of money here, so Brett McMerlin looking pretty skookum as far as the money goes here. And did he finally give up? Yes, he did. He is pushing him towards another base here. He has had enough, so they're actually going to start heading over towards the main here. And this is what I would have recommended here. Start pushing away. You could have prevented this, but now I think it might be too late with the amount of battle cruisers we have on the map here. Unless he can tech out of this very, very quickly or put a very big push. He does have corruptors coming out here with his swarm host. Then he might be able to take McMerlin out here, but we'll soon find out. McMerlin starting to do a little bit of damage out over here. Has a lot of Vikings over here to try and protect. He was ready for the corruptors, as that's pretty much what you expect anytime any Zerg does see any air units like that. They will go right to corruptors, and that is what is happening here. In the meantime, has he done anything over here? Not really. Hasn't really got any. So, is that? Would anybody actually do that? Is that the most intelligent thing ever? I don't know. If you could take this out really quickly, maybe. But you just planted yourself in where there's a ton of detection, and there's two great big planetaries ready to roast your ass, and it looks like it's going to work for him. I am actually quite shocked. He's actually just kind of going offense on offense here. He pushed everything up ahead, and it worked for him. He's going to get through that base, but in the meantime, we got a lot of damage happening up here. Battlecruiser is going to work over here. Why are you such a faggot? Play with your own league? Fair enough. Apparently, he has detected McMerlin might be better than what the Bronze League expected. But either way, I would almost say Brett was above Bronze as well. But either way, that is a compliment, if anything. So I do give you my congrats, McMerlin. Classy as always. My condolences go out to you, Brett. Leaving you with this. If you ain't got a 10-2 at the end of the day, times are getting tough. Make sure you make the left snowball on the right side, because the fence ain't down the middle. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.